G'day, ZiggyD here. Legion Day 1 is over and it was a hell of a day. Here's a bit of a roundup of my first impressions, some things I've learned, and maybe some highlights from my solid 15.5 hour first day. When Legion was first revealed, it looked pretty good on paper, basically Breach with a bit more to it and like more player agency over how we fight the monsters. Sounds good. I was a bit worried, however, that in practice the breaking of the frozen mobs wouldn't be that fun. So I'm pretty happy to report that as far as leveling and early endgame are concerned at least, I actually really enjoyed it. You leap around and try to break out as many mobs as you can, focusing mainly on the ones with symbols denoting extra rewards. So far it seems to strike a pretty good balance between you putting in some effort and generally pretty good rewards for that effort. Time will tell, of course, if it remains fun days or even weeks into the league, but so far I've been doing every Legion encounter and nearly always feel like they're worthwhile. And that does tie into some tips I'd like to share that make it much more worth it to do the Legion encounters. If you're not playing something that just kills the entire Legion like Essence Drain or Lightning Trap, then the way to play it has been to move around a bunch and focus primarily on going for the mobs with the symbols and the chests. And these can spawn quite far out, so don't be afraid to get moving a little bit. The chests in particular are great because breaking them free also unlocks a bunch of monsters around the chest, so you're kind of, rather than wasting time just killing the monsters, you kill the chests and it gets the monsters out as well. With the buffed life on rare monsters, I'd suggest ignoring frozen rare monsters unless they have a good symbol above their heads, as they take too much time to break to be worth it otherwise. A bunch of people have been asking me how do you get the incubators, and they specifically drop from Legion monsters or chests that have a purple crystal monolith symbol above their heads, so keep an eye out for that. I've gotten some decent divination cards, gems, and uniques from the incubator eggs, so they're worth going for. The bronze, gold, and fancy symbol is a guaranteed unique, so it seems that these are also a good one to hit as well. It's worth noting that the Legions and Incubators can drop league-specific uniques, and a bunch of people have already gotten Headhunters on day one, so it's worth giving these a shot for some rare and interesting items. That all being said, all of my positive impressions of Legion so far are in the context of playing melee, and it feels like the mechanic is well balanced for melee builds. You have to move around, pick who you're freeing, and put some effort into it, and I've felt appropriately rewarded. However, I know that what's going to happen is over the next couple of weeks, everyone's going to be playing melee and enjoying it, having a good time, feeling good about the whole system, and then they're going to watch someone playing Lightning Trap, Essence Drain, or some projectile build, and they're going to see those builds just one or two shot the entire Legion. And then, well, they're probably going to feel a bit shit for comparison. The Legion mechanic doesn't really do much to get in the way of these builds, really just smashing through the design of the Legion encounters. It's not really a big deal because it's felt good for melee as I've said, but comparison can indeed be the thief of joy, and some people are going to be a bit disappointed when they see the difference in efficiency and effort, I think. On the topic of melee, GGG did not oversell the melee systems rework in 3.7. It's an absolute dream, and it's probably one of the biggest pure gameplay improvements to Path of Exile since Lockstep. Everything melee feels so much better to play. Animation cancelling takes a moment to get used to, but on most things it feels great and makes the game much more responsive. I did have some issues where I'd, for example, accidentally cancel Vile Earthquake after consuming the charge, but before I did the attack, and that is a bit of a problem that might need some polishing up. I expect there will be a few scattered problems here and there that GGG will have to polish, but overall it has been a dream. This was also one of the best expansions in a long time for the overall quality of the new skills and support gems. My personal build was designed so that I could just try just about everything, and everything felt good. And I'm using a ton of new stuff on my character overall, rather than just like one or two new things. I'm using like 5, 6, or 7 at a time. Everything from the stance skills, the new main skills, and the new supports all feel really good. Some of them have really great design as well, like the Pulverize support that slows your attack speed but gives huge AoE and damage, feels really good on certain skills. Even Chain Hook that I was worried about looking awkward was actually really good. It was actually one of my favorites and a downright badass leveling skill. It might be a top tier leveling melee skill. It hasn't been all fun and games though. Quite a few people have had crashing issues on day one, though several patches have already fixed many of these issues, with more fixes coming today it seems. Also, the larger than expected player influx seems to have broken the trade API, and we spent most of the first day basically not being able to trade at all. I've probably had about 150 messages, no joke, trying to buy the same pair of 1 Chaos Rimsorrow gloves that I sold in Act 2. Funnily enough though, the broken trade system meant that I actually went to trade chat. I know, what year is it? But you know what's really crazy? I browsed items for a while on Trade Chat, and it was kind of interesting as an experience, and I eventually ended up buying a Belly of the Beast for 20C, and it was actually pretty damn fun and satisfying experience. I'm sure it would definitely grow old in a few days of trying to troll Trade Chat for specific items, but early on when I kind of was just like, oh, I'll get anything that's good with the 20C that I have sitting in my inventory, it does make me wonder if in an alternate timeline PoE didn't have its current trading system, and instead ZiggyD developed like a bizarre marketplace system where you physically browsed items looking for hidden treasures. Sure, it'd be much less efficient, but that would be the new normal, and would it have been more fun overall? I guess we'll never really know for sure. Trade does seem to be working again this morning though. Some other random tips that'll help you guys playing Melee early league. Don't underestimate the new Rage support in particular. Even if you're not playing a Rage build like a Berserker or something, this support gem is really good for leveling. The benefits for Rage itself are quite good, lots of extra speed and damage, but the gem also gives a bunch of flat physical damage to your attack, which early league when your weapons are pretty bad helps a lot. Old school Path of Exile melee leveling involved upgrading your weapons like every 3 to 6 levels a lot of the time, and it was a real struggle to keep up sometimes. In my run, I ended up using the same level 40 axes all the way to level 62, and my damage felt fine pretty much the whole way. And this is all thanks to the flat physical from melee skills now, and the rage support itself. It's pretty good stuff. I can't believe I'm doing so much damage. I'm still using a Jade Hatchet. This is insane. What? And this isn't even one of the skills that gets flat damage. It's not even that. I just have like so much different forms of scaling and stuff now. I also recommend the Endurance Charge on melee stun support for Leap Slam now if you're using it as well. Leap Slam has a guaranteed stun on full life enemies now, and since you're using it to engage with packs, you're always like stunning as you first leap in. So this thing just feeds you a ton of endurance charges as you move around the map. My setup has been Leap Slam, Fortify, faster attacks, and Endurance Charge on melee stun, and it's an incredible feeling setup. The rework to Leap Slam also feels really nice. The final thing I'd recommend is just don't be afraid to try a few different new skills or reworked skills or even just some old skills. I picked up a Vile Ground Slam, for example, pretty early on, which I haven't used for ages, and this with the new Pulverized support for huge AoE and damage has been carrying hard. Ground Slam got some pretty nice buffs, and this carries over to the Vile version as well. This thing clears screens and just stuns bosses with huge hits. Oh, I stunned him! Stunned him out of his slam. Counter slam. Vile Double Strike is always great, but lots of old stuff has been buffed in subtle ways, and it's worth mixing it up to find some new strong setups. So I'll leave you with a few other clips from day one that were some highlights, and you guys enjoy. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching. All right, ready? So you dodge to the right. Dodge to the right, dodge to the right, dodge to the right. See, you can't hit me. I fly like a butterfly. Sting like a moth. Travel skills that are not supported by close combat. Okay, so it probably works for Leap Slam then. Let's see. So Leap Slam is 1.13, 1.34, 1.35, there we go, 1.61. So that's a big jump. That would be it there. 1.63, yeah. Okay, so it works. So I can do like a chain pull, and then my next Leap Slam will be faster. So I can go. Woo! Speedy! See that shit? You see that shit flying high, man? Like some sort of free runner or something. No, I'm on board with this idea. Woohoo! Plus you can kind of like animation cancel the rest of the chain pull too.
Cherish your memory.
Is build a boss killer? I think so.
Damn you.
Oh yeah? You want a blood fight? I'm gonna get right inside you, mate. Just nuzzle in here. We'll do a blood fight. This is just all natural. That's good DPS. Yo, that's good boss killing deeps. Look, I'm doing my ballerina dance. What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about my sick dancing? What are you gonna do, mate? What are you gonna do? Wait. Wait. Wait, what? He didn't get me. He didn't knock me down. I dodged the knockdown. Can't stop me dancing. Katava can't stop me from dancing. Okay, trigger level 5 Rain of Arrows. Wait, trigger level 5 Rain of Arrows? Wait, what? Shit, that's cool. Also trigger an attack. And now it actually makes sense how they're like Lionize item. What are they gonna do about the shield though? How do they explain that one? I feel like Chain Hook might be a little bit awkward for this. What do you reckon? No, don't be like that. Come back. No, come on. Back you get. Stop it. Hold still. Stay in the circle, damn it, Ziggy. No, I went to a freaking rock. We can do it. Yeah. I just had to get a little run up. That's what I actually did. I couldn't do it. Then I got a run up and I got over there. It's Invictus Medal. All right, we'll swap to two-handers when that happens then. Oh yeah? Wah, 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 wah. Yeah, wah, yeah. What, you left? You can thank me later, Cry. That was my brother. Walked into his house and he's like, is this lad troubling you? Don't mind me, I'll bash him for you. Bash, bash, bash. Kick him outside the house. Get out and stay out. Don't annoy my friend. Ziggy, that was my brother. My brother, little Timmy, with his bonitis. He was just asking for his bone medication. Give me that stuff. Oh god, there's stuff here. Oh Jesus, it's hurting me. Freaking ball lightnings, I can't see them. Get out of here. God, I'm gonna die to this thing. No, fuck! Give me my ascendancy just in case. Oh my god. Oh my god. I have like freaking no lightning res. Oh my god, freaking Enya. You bitch. Jesus. Do his tag them or what are these? Hold on a second, mate. Sorry, I'll get back to you. The fuck are these maps? These roughly hand-hewn maps. What are these knockoff maps? What are these bargain bin maps? What are these Aldi $1 shop maps? These come from the 50p store? Ah, Avengers. I love the Avengers. Tony Stark is my favorite Avenger. That thing out. Oh. He gets destroyed. Alright, show me something juicy, mates. Show me something spicy. That'll do! That'll do! Well, thank you, game. That fits the bill, I would say. Ask and ye shall receive.